Hey everyone, today is Saturday, September 26, 2020. Um, Today's Saturday, the market is closed, but I was want to show you some stuff on here because I looked at it yesterday, got busy, had to take off. This is the trade I made $700 on, the US and Mexico. So I want to show you something. Most people take these patterns and only uses them one time, and they'll do it like kind of like what I did. But there's other ways you can use this for about maybe 3, 4, 5 more trades. And let me go ahead and show you. It's called the pitchfork. And usually if you have a precise area to do it, um, pitchforks work really, really well. They're kind of like the Fibonacci. And like I said, we'll do a video of Fibonacci later on next week or something. Let me go ahead and show you. This is the trade I was in. But if you notice, there's a pitchfork. Now, there's guys that taught me Charlie Delta. I think that's what he called it. But this is Charlie Delta, and then you put on the X. Your handle's on the X. Then you go from Charlie to Delta or C to D. He's trying to do the military. I don't think he's ever in the military. But that's just the concept it is. So, and you can use these patterns its way. It doesn't matter if it's bull or burless. They'll be up here. The pitchfork to be here. Now, does these patterns work all the time? No. But if this pattern does what it's supposed to do, it works. The pitchfork works pretty well. I don't know the percentage or precise how much it works or how good it works after that, but it works really well, at least for like 3 trades afterwards. Now, if this pattern does not form the precise almost what the requirements is, as I have another video I showed you on my website. If this does not form a precise, you can keep moving this down, or it can be way up here and you think it's a pattern and you do your Fibonacci, it's not, and it keeps going down, and then you keep thinking, okay, it's going down. And there is software out there, no matter where it goes down here, and once it returns, they put that as the place to do it, which is actually false. So be leery of the software you buy that actually detects these. If you go to my website, and you see the patterns and the precise in these patterns. So if you use that, then you'll see what if you can do it or not. So on this, if you look, it came up. Of course, I was in the trade right in here somewhere. It comes up and I get out, and then that keeps going up, and I could have made probably $1,500 if not. But if you notice here, right here, oops, of course you move everything you want to do. If you get right here, see how it comes up? The green almost touches it, but the green goes up here, touches this line, and then pulls back, turns red. Comes back up again, touches it again, and it's gonna. So this is what you want, touches. So this will be a trade you're kind of watching and see if it goes into. Now it could go all the way up here and hit this one, but you kind of want to start watching these where it touches. So right now it's touching here, and it could put a retrace back down and go back up, or it could just next day it could push you back up through here. You don't know, but this is a good entry spot. But see, it's already pushed me back down. They came down, got touched here. In fact, that's a touched here. So it comes up, goes past this line, comes back down, touches, comes back up. Now that being said, if you did the Fibonacci, where's my pitchfork? Oh. Push it there, go down to there. It should be about push, right? So I told in the last video, I said it's going to come up, and I don't get greedy. I go to 380 a half. Now, the most common one you try to go to the 168. Now, like I said, it could have pushed all the way up, and it did. Now, it can push all the way up to here and then come trace back. But it looks like it's coming up to the 8860 and then coming back. So this line, the Fibonacci line, is perfect. Almost with this one. See there? So that tells me that more likely it's going to come back down. And so you take your Fibonacci again. Try to put right on that one. So it could pull back. It could pull, all the way back, but we're hoping it's only going to pull back to the half of the 618 and then continue up. So that's what you kind of look for. Now you put your stop loss, buy stop here, buy stop here, and and then you try to guess which way it's going. So this is the one you kind of want to set and watch. You kind of want to be precise on these. So let me zoom in on it. So I'm off. No, I'm right on it. Okay. So now it's right on the. So see, it's come down and touch a 3.8, and 3.8 touch my pitchfork. So that's what you kind of look for. I think I had another one. This is pitchfork. Whoops. And see, this is another pitchfork I had. And I see in this pitchfork, it comes down and just runs right inside that channel. So if you knew it touched here and went back up, pretty much it's going to touch here and go back up. Not a lot, but these are days. These are a whole day's thing. It come back down, touched it again, and if you want to get into it, put your buy stop somewhere in here and let it ride up. But you know, it stopped right here, so I would put pretty much tell myself to get out probably right in there, and that's when you put your buy stop. So then it come up the next day and come back down. And of course, you can look at the candlesticks. They're fighting. So this pattern indicates it's going to go down. This here says it's going down. It's in a downward trend. So these candles, once they get somewhere in there, I'd bet it going down. I wouldn't bet it's going up because you don't want to bet against the currents. It's like going to a river that's flowing north and you're trying to go south in a paddle boat. You're fighting the current. It's best to just ride with the current. Or you're in a canoe by yourself or a kayak trying to push your way up through a flooded river. And depends on how big the flood is, how bad you're going to be patterned trying to get back up there. It's just not worth the risk unless you got some reason to be going up through the river emergency. But I always try to go with the current. You can bet against the currents, but if you're starting out, then I wouldn't recommend it. But if you've been in it a while, try to test it, see if you're right, then get into it. But as you notice, it's coming down. It touched here. This candle here will indicate me it's going up. These two. For the fact it came down, touched, it tried to push farther than this one. Did not. And then it turned green. So this would have told me it's going up. I'd have got on this candle and then drilled this all up. Plus, I don't know how precise this is, but I have noticed when Europe and Mexico are almost the same as US currency. If US goes up, Europe goes up. If Europe goes up, US goes up. So I don't know how precise it is. Don't take my word on it. But this one did I did get in this trade at the same time. It didn't. It actually went down. It took it a while. American's currency was going up. I made so much money on it. This one wasn't. I actually got out of this one, made 30 bucks, and got out. It went down even farther, and then all of a sudden it shot back up. So it took it a day. I think it was like these 2 days here, and then it finally shot back up. And I got in this one accidentally because I just went in there and hit my buy-in and bought in the wrong one. So, but I made 30 bucks. But if I stayed in it, I'd have went on up and probably made another money off this one. Let's see if I got another pitchfork. I thought I had another one. And see, this is what I'm talking about, the currency. I mean, the currency, but the current. This river's flowing north, up. Why would you want to fight it going south when you know it's going north? So you try to get in here, but see here it's solidated. So then you went around the bend, and now it's flowing back south. And now it's flowing south again. So there's a lot of this you just don't want to. You don't want to fight against the current, but you have to sometimes, you know, especially when you get going in it first, ride with the current. But if you see the patterns actually tells you, like this pattern, the current was going up, 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 up. But this pattern told you the currency is changing. It's like a sign on the road saying, hey, U-turn. We're going to go back down for a while. So when these form, that's usually what it means, and it depends on the pattern, which depends on which way it's going to go. If this pattern is vice versa, upside down like the other one, then it's going to go back and it's going to go up. But if it's already going up, this pattern won't form. It will only form when the pattern, the currency is changing. It's telling you it's going to change. Like I said, though, they're about 80% correct. Also depends on your software and other things. If you have a software in play, some software just keeps moving this up, 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 and the currency keeps going up. So, and you're going to get in it and get in it, but there's certain guidelines and rules to the thing. So if the thing goes up past a certain point, and then there's no sense getting in it because it's just either going to keep going, the pattern's not legit, it's not. So you want almost a controlled area, so that way if you get in the controlled area and the pattern forms and goes down the other way, then you have a better shot. It moves your ratios up. Let me see, I thought I had another pitchfork. Now see, this is the way you can get the current. Maybe move out some. See, this is the current. It was coming down, so I drawed it in. Somewhere, I think, right in here. I went farther. So there's my flow, my river flow. But look, it bounced out here. So once it bounced out of here, it told me pretty much the current's changing, but because it's getting out of a rhythm, waterfall's coming up. The waterfall's going to push the water, make it go another way. If you want to do it that way. But see, it comes out of here, comes back, and right in here, the little red candle pushes down, tells me it tested that area. That's good buying time. It pushed out. That's your one confirmation. The candle turned red and did come back down and push it, touch this line. That's your two confirmation. Your third confirmation, this candle here. It's completely engulfed this candle, even though the wick didn't, but it did complete it. So you put your buy stop up here on this candle, and sure enough, it went, you got that candle. Don't be greedy. You can get out, put your stop loss, move your stop loss up here where you're buying. So that way if this candle come down, hit it, you'd have been out of the trade. But you still made money. Not getting selfish. Just moving your stop loss, being cautious. This candle form here saying it's going to go back down. So that is a big engulfing candle. That would tell you it's going back down. It comes down and then it pushes back up. This is an indecisive candle, meaning it does not know which way to go. There's another indecisive candle. So then this one pushes up, which tells you, it'll pretty much tell you it's going to go back up. But then it formed another indecisive candle. This one formed, but when this one formed here, this would have been a good trade to get into. And then it pushed up. So you put your buy stop somewhere in here or right up on the tip of this candle. So when this candle formed, you'd have been in the trade, went up, put your sell stop loss somewhere right in here, tight one, and then you could have rolled that one all the way up. But this one, I believe, will end because of this long candle here. And I will make a video on that one later. Just because this candle is pretty good height. This one's height, and this one's real long. But this one completely engulfed this one. If you go from tip to tip. Or it's almost the same size. But this one looks like it's still bigger than this one, bigger than this one. But also this candle is very small. It's got a push back. So we'll probably see this turn. Next one is seen turn red, or the next one, at least the next two candles, one of them will turn red and come back a little bit and maybe continue going. But we'll watch it and we'll see which way it goes. So this one we're going to tag and we're going to keep our eye on it. Okay, I guess that's all the pitchforks I had. But anyways, I want to share that with y'all. So this is to be the one I'm going to start watching. This one pretty much tells me it's going to go probably back down. And so if you notice, I draw this in. See if it pushes above it. See if it goes on this thing. But see, this is what I'm talking about. See how it goes down, down, and all of a sudden it does this. So it's on a flow, but this is your sign. This is your highway or your river coming down, and it's got a sign here saying, hey, you have a possible turn coming up. How steep the turn is depends on how good the pattern is. So anyways, next week we'll go over other chart patterns and Fibonacci's, and we'll go from there. Have a good weekend. Hope everybody stays safe and wear your mask. Hey, in today's channel, I'm going to show you what I did last week, or actually this week. Today's Saturday. I recorded a video Monday telling you about a trade I got into Friday. I actually lost money Friday, and then got back into the trade. Won money, got out of the trade, and thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and continue. I don't try to get greedy in this. I talked to some other people. One guy was bragging kids to people that he was, and I didn't mean kids, he was bragging to some kids that was like under 18 or 18, 17, 18 years old, and he was bragging, telling people he's making $2,000 a day. These kids want to get in it. If you're going to get in it, this kind of business, and to make $2,000 a day, and you're just now starting out, it's not going to work. Your hopes and dreams and being rich will just be crushed. Then you'll get out and never do it again. Call it a scam. This is a precise business. It is a business. So you don't run into a restaurant by that's why McDonald's is $1 million to get into it, because it's worked before. I mean, it's worked. It's a franchise. It's worked in its Subway. It's, they've worked before, so you pay the money to do it. If you're in this business and you've never done it before, there's no sense putting up expecting $2,000 a day, $2,000 an hour. It's not going to work. It also depends on how much money you got coming in. You can't come into the business and go in and slam, $2 million into an account. More likely you ain't got $2 million, but most people that gets in this does not have $2 million. If they do, they have professional people trading for them. So then, therefore, it would be different. But you don't run into a business and throw $30,000, $40,000 into this business. Or rephrase that, $30,000, $40,000 might be okay, but you don't throw $100,000 and open a restaurant in the middle of nowhere and expect it to do good. It may do it. It may do it. You might have the best thing in the world. The other business I do, I've seen people go and go, especially in the restaurant business. You cook at home. People tell you got a good cook, and then you decided, hey, I'm going to go out and open a restaurant. Throw $50,000 into this restaurant, thinking you want it this way, that way, this way. 2 years it's dead. One reason why you either made the money to keep the business, but you didn't expect what you wanted out of it. I've seen that. So the best scenario is, if you're getting started in trading, get out of your mind 100% that you're going to make $2,000 a day. End it. Whatever money you have to get into this business, get into this business with a demo account, period, for a minimum of 3 months to 6 months. So if you have $500, $1,000, you're going to put in this. Open you a demo account for $5,000 or $500, $5,000, $1,000, whatever. Open an account. If you got $500, open your demo account for $500. If you take that $500 and you can move it to, let's say, $2,000, then I would start trading. Start the trading. That does not mean you take a $500 account and within a week or two you move it up to $2,000 by listening to other people. That means you listen to them, you take your demo account, you trade, you learn what they teach you, then you go open a account and then you trade on your own and you learn to do it. I've learned from other people that says people get in this market and they'll let you win 20% of the time to make yourself feel good. Other 80% of the time, they'll tell you which way the market's going and they'll bet the opposite way, and they have enough buying power because they're a groups of them and they're affiliate marketing. They'll get in there and tell you go the opposite way, and then you'll lose money. So it's always best to know it yourself. I know when I was taught, I remember seeing it where people said, oh, I went this way, we're going to go this way. And I kept thinking, no, the market's going the opposite way. I don't see why we're doing this. And sure enough, I did what they did, lost money. So then I started realizing and doing my own thing, and they would go the opposite way and I would win. Sometimes they go my way and I would win. And but you got to learn it. It is business. So don't go out here and open your $5,000 demo account. You ain't got $5,000 put in the money to put in the account. Don't do it. Start out with what you can put in the account. Do not bet high, bet low. If you're starting out with a $500 account or $200 account or $100 account, don't go in there and put your lot size 0.5. You're going to lose it. And the worst thing to do is if the market goes one way and you think it's going to go that way and it turns and you don't have enough money to get in it, and then you're logged out because you don't have enough money in the account to even cover what you got in it. So then you'd automatically lose money. Then the account could go back the way it does. It just had a pullback. So that being said, do not get in the business expecting to make $2,000 a day. Some people's done it. They've done it. I've done it. It was, to tell you the truth, the $1,000 a day, that $1,000 one day I made was actually an accident. I got in the trade, figured it's going to go up, I didn't have a stop loss. I don't believe I didn't put my stop loss in. The account started going negative, and I thought, well, I'm just going to let it go. And all of a sudden, it turned and went straight up. I didn't put I put a stop loss in it then, but then I did not even put a get out. I just said I'm just going to let it ride. If the worst scenario comes, I'm just going to lose or make $5. So next minute, no, I went to bed. Next morning, I got up. Everything's up, skyrocketed. So most time, my goal is to make $100 a day, $200 a day sometimes, but that's my goal. So set you a goal of what you're going to make that day. Now, it being said, if today's Monday and you lose $50, so the next day you're going to make $150. But if you make $200 this day, the next day you don't trade. I mean, you can or cannot. But if you make $200 this day and the next day you make $50, you're still good. Or if you make $200 this day and the next day you make $175, and the next day you're doing, hey, you're good. You're up the game. So then at the end of the week on Friday, you may lose $100, but you already made, if you take all the other 4 days together, you made $600, $700, you still up $100. So you're still good. So that's what you got to set your limit to, what you're doing. Do not, unless you got 10 grand in there, you've been doing it forever. And there again, this conversation won't be going on. Do not think you're going to make $1,000 a day. You may do it. That boy may have made $1,000, $2,000 that day, or off this trade, or that week. He may have done it. Like I said, I have done it. But at any time, I could lose $1,000 a day. So don't set your goals at it. Get in the trade, make your money, get out. If you feel like it's going to keep doing what it's going to do, get back in it and go on again. So that way you have your thing, so your nest egg. So set your goals, but you're not going to turn $500 into $1,000 a day. You can do $1,000, but you're being careless, is what I'm saying. So I've seen a lot of people get into this, did it, said they can't do it. It's money. It's blah 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 this, blah blah that, and then I asked him. I said, what was your goal to make a day? Well, I was going to make $1 million. How much is your account? 5,000. You got a $5,000 account, and you're thinking you're going to make $1 million a day. It's not going to work. It's not. The market doesn't move that good. Plus, you have to set your lot size so high up to make $5,000 or $1,000 a day that if it returns and goes down any which way, you're going to blow your account. So this is, and then you got to pay your broker. And so if you bet $5,000 and you put the lot size up to 15.5, he's got a spread that he's going to take a huge chunk out of it. Then his commission, so the spread's going to eat most of your money right then and there. And so then if the market turns and goes down, or whichever way you bet it, it's going to go the opposite way, you're pretty much done. So anyways, I don't want to get on here and too like this, but anyways, this trade's out Monday, but be careful. Don't get in this money market, this thing, and thinking your dreams are coming true. This trading has crushed more people than any business in the world. I honestly believe that. People get in here, think they're going to make millions, they're going to drive the Lamborghini cars and stuff, and then it just doesn't happen. It crushes them. It's no different going to Vegas. I mean, you go to Vegas, it crushes. Vegas is meant to win. And I'll talk more about Vegas and how you can set your account to do almost like Vegas does. So you always come to the head, just like Vegas. They've got ways they play stuff, and they come to the head. And no matter what happens, they win 51, 52% of the time. So you're already got the odds against you that you're not going to win. You can win, don't get me wrong, but they have their thing. They're going to win 52% of the time against people that's doing it just for the fact that's the way they do it, and that's how they make money. Same with it here. This is gambling, technically, but you have ways you can set it that you can make money into the business and still come out to the head like Vegas. I mean, you can have 80% chance you're going to win, or even 75% or 60% chance. It depends on what you do, but you can have a 60% chance you're going to win. 60% of the time you're going to make money. 40% of the time you're going to lose. So regardless happens, you're still making money and you're climbing a little bit at a time. So that's what you want. So anyways, have fun this weekend. Hit my like button, subscribe to my channel, and hope to see you in the video.